Motivation. Let's talk about it. Nowadays, we all have big ambitions and big places to be, but for some reason seem to lack motivation to do what we need to do. So these are the 6 key elements that you need to have in your life to be motivated. Oh, and if you're watching this, you're a high achiever. So I know you want to stick around until the end to find out the bonus tip as well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ash. In this channel, we talk about how you can boss up your life and your career and become a high performer. So if you're interested in that, click the like button and the subscribe button so you don't miss out any of the videos I put out each and every week. Over the last few weeks, I've been talking to a number of high achievers in their fields who are at the top of their game. These are the 6 key things that they've mentioned to me. Step number 1 for motivation is to have a clear target of where you're going. If you don't have a goal for what you want to achieve or where you want to go, then how you can expect to get there? A lot of times we want to make a lot of movements, we want to achieve a lot of things, but it's not very clear what we want. We have a list of things that we don't want, but we often don't have a list of things that we desperately do want that's crystal clear. So set yourself some crystal clear goals that's going to drive you to make progress towards them. Second key to motivation is to have positive thinking. If you don't have the belief, the essential integral belief that you can achieve the goals that you've set out for yourself, then you're just not going to work hard towards them. And this belief was one of the most common denominators found in almost every single person who was successful. They believed they could do what they want to do far before they had any evidence for it. So if you want to be motivated, have that core belief. Essential key number 3 was focus. So once you've got your crystal clear goals and you have a clear belief that you can achieve it, now you have the focus on where you want to go. You've defined yourself a path to walk on. But oftentimes what happens to most people is they get a lot of distractions in their lives, other things that they're interested in, shiny object syndrome. So you got to think about how you can remove these distractions from your life to have this clear drive towards where you're going. Once you have the target in mind, you make a list. What are the things that distract you on a daily basis? When you set out to do something and tackle your to-do list, what takes you away from that? It could be something as simple as watching some shows, scrolling on your phone. So you got to think about what you need to do in order to remove those distractions. If you want to find ways to make sure your calendar is clear and you can work efficiently, check out this video right here. It will help you get more done in a day. Essential key number 4 to be motivated is effort. Are you putting in the consistent action on a daily basis in order to keep you motivated? This is a common misconception of motivation because oftentimes I hear people say, oh, well, I'm not motivated to do things. Well, actually, you get motivation by doing things. Look, I was in the exact same boat where I kind of felt that I needed to put in a lot of effort to get the motivation, watch the motivational videos, listen to the music. All those things are great, but unless you actually do something after watching the motivational video or listening to the music, you're still going to be unmotivated. You're still going to be sitting on the sofa thinking that you need to do something. So instead, just move, get something done. Even if it's the smallest task, just creating that momentum for yourself will get you so much farther ahead than just sitting and watching motivational videos. Ultimately, your level of action needs to match your level of ambition. Otherwise, you're not really getting anywhere. And sadly, that's the truth of life. So get moving and do the things you need to do. Hey, if you're finding this helpful so far, by the way, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. Essential key number 5 to be motivated, this might surprise you, attitude. It's all about your attitude. Are you having the positive attitude, the can-do attitude, and the go-get-it attitude, or are you afraid to step out of your comfort zone? You see, a lot of times you can be ambitious. You can have the focus, you can have the targets, you can have the drive. But if you're not willing to take the risks, or if you're not willing to go outside of your comfort zone, then it's difficult to grow. It's difficult to give yourself that momentum to get forward and achieve the things you want to achieve. One of the things that everyone that I spoke to who's a high achiever and is at the top of their game had in common is that they celebrated small wins. So when it comes to giving yourself the momentum, you need to be celebrating the wins, even if they're small wins. The 6th key is all about environment. Are you surrounding yourself with the best possible people? Are you giving yourself the best possible chance to succeed? We've always heard this whole saying about you are the product or the average of the 5 people you hang around with. So take a look at the type of people you hang around with. Now, I'm not saying to ditch your friends, that's not the point at all, but you gotta think about who do you spend your time with. If you have big goals, you gotta hang around with people who also have big goals. If you hang around with people who have small goals, they're not gonna be able to support you in the endeavors that you're going through. Now, for those of you high achievers that have stayed around for the bonus tip, here it is. The reality is motivation comes and goes. right? You can't rely on motivation to make everything happen. So what you got to do is create discipline. And in order to do that, you got to stop overthinking. So watch this video right here to help you stop overthinking and worrying so much. It's going to give you a framework that will literally change the way you think about stress and worry for the rest of your life. But ultimately, you got to create yourself discipline and habits that's going to lead you to succeed. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I know you'll enjoy these two videos. So watch that next. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one.